So I already explained about all the plumbing material. Now we are going to purchase the material for the drip irrigation system. We need industrial quality material, very high quality, because it's going to be in outside with all the sunlight, rainwater, climate change and all. So we purchased all the material from Metafim. That's an Israel company with a high quality farm material production history. They are considered as the world's best. So it's kind of expensive, but it's mandatory for a industrial kind of setup like this. So you can see this is the hose for the drip irrigation system. So you can see the material here. I already bought the 2000 liter tanks and all other pipe material, like almost 90 meters of 1.25 inch pipe I bought. So it cost me almost 18,000. Everything, like including the pipe, bending tee, tank, water tank, connectors, everything, gum, tape, everything. So now what we are going to do is like we are going to connect 2000 liter tank parallelly on the top of the hill. So using that, we'll connect the filter, century, all the drip irrigation system material from the top to down. So we are using gravity to water all the plants. So 2000 liter is what we are going to be using. So now the motor is actually manual. So later we'll automate the process, but right now installing the water drip irrigation system is the most complicated thing. So you can see here the tanks, and another tank we are going to put there. So this is for our usage plus hose pipe irrigation system. So that is also there. So these are the two things that we are going to do now. So let's go. So we bring both 1000 liter tanks on the top of the hills. It plays parallelly. So now we are going to start the irrigation process properly. So from here we are going to take a PVC pipe till the down, and in between the terrace we are taking a small T connector, and we are spreading the hose towards that end to the another end. So we are using the hose to disperse the water from that end to this end. So we are using the button drippers. So these are like a pressure compensate button drippers. So the pressure I choose is like 8 LPS. That means 8 liter per hour is the water dispense capacity. So we are using that button disperse. So the problem with the button disperse is like it have very small tiny hole. So even a small dust or small particles can blow the entire system. So we will end up changing the entire drip irrigation system. So making sure water is clean and the particleless is very important. So that's why we are going to use this Metafin water filter. So this is a very high quality material for the water system. So we need to use it for a long time. So choosing a high quality is very important. So we will be connecting this filter in between the tank and the irrigation system starts. So you can see it have a filter. It has a filter inside. So you can see it have a filter, removable filter, so we can clean it occasionally. So making sure the drip irrigation system work flawless for a long time, and it is efficient as we expected. So let's install this system first. Already finished the 2 lines for all the plumbing in the sense, not the dripping hose we not yet installed, but we are just installing the PVC pipe on the line with all the valve and everything. So it's in the second line. So in the second line we are going to install a valve and a ARV valve. ARV is like air release valve. So it's very important to install a ARV valve on the long pipelines, especially because we are using the garden hose kind of material for the drip irrigation. So what happens is like when the water is stopped and when the water is all drained, there will be a probability of vacuum generation happening in the line. So that will be causing a damage to the hose for a long time. So that's very important that you install a ARV valve so we can avoid that vacuum trap, and that can help us to keep the drip irrigation work for a long time. Also we are installing a valve simply because it's a long pipeline. In case if there is any damage happening in the second line or second place, or like a second downhill place, because especially it's a road, the vehicle will be going through here. So in case if there is any damage or broken happen, we need to stop the water from this line. So that is why we are using a valve. Also the using of valve, also we are using valve because in case, like, because it's a downhill, there will be more pressure coming to the down, so we can adjust the pressure also using the valve. So that is why we are using a good high quality ball valve here. So let's go this. We done all the PVC installation. You can see in the drone the way we put the PVC. So now the next step is like putting the PE irrigation pipe to the PVC joint and make the pipe go to all the coconut trees. So for that we are using the Netafim's PVC irrigation pipe. So it's a very high quality pipe. So we'll be unboxing this, and this is a 400-meter rod. So we are going to distribute this pipe to all over the final points, and we'll be putting the button drippers on this pipe. So we are almost finalizing our drip irrigation project. So we already put all the PVC around the farm, and then we put the PE irrigation pipe also around the farm near to the close to the all the coconut trees. Now we need to install the button dripper. So these are button drippers have 8 LPH. That means 8 liter per hour is the flow rate of this button dripper. So no matter the pressure, the 8 LPH will be constant, even if in the lower part of the farm and the higher part of the farm also it will be same. So it's designed like that. And it's a very high quality material. So what we are going to do right now is like we are going to make a small hole using this special tool on the PE irrigation pipe, and we are going to attach this dripper to the pipe. So that is simple as that. So once it installed, it is 8 liter per hour. That means if you are planning to give 80 liters a day, that means we need to turn it on for 10 hours. So I'll show you how to install this dripper also. So using this tool, we'll be pressing on the pipe like this. It will make a hole in the pipe. We are putting it back. Water will be coming. We'll be using this thing to press. Simple. Now dripper is installed. So simple as that. So the last pipe also installed. So let's turn it on. 3, 2, 1, go. So in the end, at the end of the entire plumbing area, don't forget to put a foot valve like this. It is for just to remove the dust and particles accumulated over the time on the down of the PVC pipes. So if it's not there, there is a probability of more dust and all the dirt will be accumulated inside the PVC. So this is a simple mechanic. You can open it like this, so water can drain fastly. I'll show you. So now it's closed, it's open, everything is proper. So in a week or something, or in a monthly or once, you can open this and you can drain the water like this. Simple as that. What you've seen is the project done by us for the last 4 days. Yes, we finished all the irrigation project right now. You can see it's a 4 days of our work, and the work was finished beautifully. It actually finished more than that we expected. Everything is working perfectly. You can see here I am sitting right now near the water tank. You can see 2000 liters of tank is there with me, and all the plumbing works. Then you can see a filter, and the pipe is going down to the hill. So in between the hills we put the T connectors, and from the T connectors we are taking the PE garden hose, PE irrigation pipe towards the left and right to all the coconut trees, and we make sure all the coconut trees are now getting proper drip irrigation all the time. So we have almost 45 coconut trees, and almost 4 hours it will take, like, so 2 1000 liters tank means 2000 liters of water one day we are using for this coconut trees. We are not giving 80 liters as of now, we are giving 60 to 70 liter per day. So that means 2000 liter in a day. So because it's like a baby coconut tree also, that's why we are giving the less water. So all the work is done. You can see all the coconut trees are now getting proper irrigation from the down of the hill to the top of the hill. The water is dripping in the same pressure. So I'm so happy with the work. And one more thing, the products I'm using is like the very high quality products, internationally high quality products, because nothing much, because I need to use these products for a long time. So I don't need to come up with irregular maintenance, all this stuff in between. So I used all the good quality industrial quality materials. So let's see how long these thing will run in our farm. So whatever the project is, absolutely 100% success and it is working properly. You can see all the piping and fitting here. So all the work is did by me and my father, and a lot of help also got from the team syndicate. So a lot of thank you for all these people. So another one more important thing is like total expense it came for entire project. So it cost me exactly 32,000 rupees for the material. The material including the PVC piping, fittings, valve, tank connector to water tank, all this material. Plus another, this 32,000 including 80,000 rupees of PVC material and 14,000 rupees of the filter setup, like all the irrigation setup, that including the filter, valve, joints, foot valve and ARV valve. Then the main cost of the 400 meters of PE irrigation pipe. So we use all the best quality ever material available in the market. So that is the cost total came for this project, and 4 days of man work. So that me and my father majorly did all the work. So that also we only working from 6 to 11, because we are choosing that early morning time because sun is too hot here. So it's very risky and tired to work after 11 and 12. So 4 days of manpower we used, and the transportation and the food expense income between also cost us. So you can imagine under 36,000 we done all the projects. So it's a proper successful work. So that's all about this episode about the irrigation project that we implemented in the farm. And one more thing, now we already fit the irrigation. The next thing is like we need to give proper fertilizer for this coconut tree. So initially I planned I'll put a venguri in between the irrigation setup, and from the venguri I'll give the liquid fertilizer. But later I found out if a venguri need to work out, I need to get at least 1 bar pressure. So what I did was, it's very difficult to get 1 bar pressure. I need to put the tank again the top. That will be very expensive and not convenient. So anyway we have the advantage of the gravity here. So what I'm going to do is like I'm going to put extra valve. I'm going to pump the liquid fertilizer directly into the fittings. So by that way I'll make sure these coconut trees are getting enough nutrition also. So that is all about this episode. You can see the video in the drone how we implemented everything. Also if you have any doubts or clarification need to be for this regard, just comment me or text me directly. I'll help you out. So thank you so much to watch all this thing, and let's come up with another episode.